day, everyone. This is the Cadet Panal Christian Latner, and I'm here to talk all about the effective communication during loading and unloading on board. So these are the safe practices to do during unloading and loading operations. So first, we must talk all about what's effective communication. Effective means of communication are to be established between the ship's deck officers and the cargo terminal, which shall remain effective throughout the cargo operation. The ship's officer responsible for the cargo loading and unloading plan, and the officer in charge responsible for the on-deck cargo operations. So we must know that effective communication is one of the key factors that helps create and maintain a safe environment on and around your vessel. This will not only make a safer voyage, it will maintain an amicable crew and miles of pleasant sailing. Now we will talk about the loading and unloading plan. The terminal representative should ensure the loader-unloader operators and/or terminal control room personnel receive a copy of the agreed load and unload plan. They should also be immediately notified of any subsequently agreed changes. Copies should be retained in the terminal's file for that ship. The total quantity to be kept for trimming should be clearly stated in the loading plan. The quantity remaining on the belt should be accurately known, or else the belts should run off before trimming commences. Where loading terminals insert empty gaps into the flow of material to allow for changes, hatches, these gaps should be adequate, and there should be good communications between loader and stockyard to ensure the loader can move safely. So these are the examples of checklists to do during loading and unloading operation. So the checklist will be depends on what cargo your vessel has to unload or to load. For multi-unloader or loader operations, the terminal should inform the master of its procedures for preventing collisions between the loaders and loaders. The cargo plans should normally ensure that the machines will be separated by at least one unworked hatch. The actual quantities to be trimmed should be determined by the master in good time as loading completes, and the distribution clearly specified to the terminal representative and to the loader operator. Due allowance should be made for the belt run of completion. Where load unload plans are programmed into the computerized control system of loader unloaders, the operator should monitor this carefully, keep the program updated as the operation progresses, double check if doubt, and be able to revert to a manual tally in event of any problem with the computer program. The terminal representative should notify the master when cargo conditions have changed due to weather. The terminal representative responsible for loading and unloading cargo should also inform the ship of all relevant information regarding cargo operations, ship and terminal safety issues and regulations, and also arrangement for safe access for the ship. Another thing is arrangement for access for crew members through the terminal premises, weather and tidal conditions, mooring and management recommendations, understand and respond to the information provided by the master regarding particularly safety and operation issues of concern to the ship. The terminal should have sufficient personnel available to deal with any emergencies likely to affect the safety of its personnel and facility. The terminal have details to be specified in the ship-to-shore checklist, and should be also be provided with a terminal's regulation and information booklet. They must have a procedure for checking the origin, nature, and extent of damage, whether notified by terminal or ship personnel. They have knowledge of hot work procedures to identify any risk and be familiar with the control measures and the precautions required, noting that it may be necessary to ballast one or more holds to reduce the cargo air draft of the ship. With combination carriers, this is unlikely to introduce hazards in the pipeline system has been well washed. However, if a pump or pipeline has not been adequately washed, the ballasting operations may discharge residual oil into the hold. Atmospheric test in the hold should be therefore be made before any hot work is carried out, in adjacent to or above a ballasted hold.